Good morning. Welcome to TJ Speaks. I am your host, TJ, and today's show we will be talking about just my thoughts on this whole, America and these immigrants that come into America illegally, and those that all of the immigrants included. I have certain thoughts on that, and as a slave descendant, as a foundational Black American, I feel and what I've observed is that immigrants that come to this country, they seem to want to come here so desperately. Um, it makes you wonder what's their true motivations. Well, we know that they have free money. Joe Biden is giving out free money for all of the illegal immigrants. Um, but from my point of view and where I stand, it seems to me that immigrants enjoy coming to America and seeing the descendants of slaves on the bottom. I feel that it's a part of America's structure. Um, America would not be America if blacks were anywhere but the bottom. That's what it seems to me. Because it seems like, everyone want to talk about racism this and racism that, but they don't mind the racism when they come here. That's not drive. Racism is not driving none of these immigrants away from America. You got immigrants from all over the world coming here, and near one is disturbed or, um, decided, well, that country's racist. I'm not going to go there. No one is deterred by racism. And when they get here, they can have literally next to nothing. Okay. These people are very happy to be here with next to nothing, you know, And part of the reason is when they get here, as soon as they get here, they see the blacks that have been here all along, at the bottom. They immediately move into the black community, um, are given homes that the black homeless are not being given. Look at Mayor Adams of New York City. He's welcoming illegal immigrants to receive affordable housing, receive food stamps, welfare, and the real kicker for me, guys, is the fact that the Democrats never bothered to get their information. They never bothered. They don't have any IDs on none of these people, but they're giving away welfare, and I believe that's a part of the structure of America. From the beginnings and the foundings of this country, America has always been a place where the blacks were at the bottom, the slaves. And then at that time, when it began, the white immigrants will come in from Europe, the European immigrants will come in and have the blacks at the bottom. And no matter how poor they were doing better than the blacks. And I think that's a part of the problem when black people today, the descendants of slaves, fight for reparations, is because that would disturb the way things have been in existence in America for the past 200, how old is this country? Over 270 years old or something. It would disturb America and the way things work here if black people were indeed to receive pay and payment for the work rendered in America. And that includes, and also too, um, if blacks were to, the ADOS blacks, not all blacks, the descendants of slaves, were to receive redress and reparations for Jim Crow and slavery. It would disturb the peace here in America, and that's why I believe no matter where a person come from, they all agree not to pay the descendants of slaves wages, because that would truly mean the immigrants have to start at the bottom, and they will no longer be in the black community because the black people will be uplifted into their proper position in this country, being that we were among the founding fathers of this nation, um, the immigrants will not, they will be where they're supposed to be, at the bottom. The ones that come here broke with no money, not a quarter, not a dime, they should not be in our neighborhoods. We are supposed to be owed money at this point in time. You do not found a country that is this rich and this powerful and be at the bottom. But that's the position that the Black American descendants of slaves have been in. We are the founders of this nation, and yet we're at the bottom of the economic ladder. So much at the bottom that every immigrant that has passed in America over the past 270 years has started exactly where the Black American descendants of slaves live. That's where everyone begins. The Irish began here, began in the Black community. Every possible nationality has began in the Black community. Everyone's allowed to have a business in the Black community. And you know who doesn't have the business in the Black community? The descendants of slaves. And so it's a part of the culture, the fabric, and the framework of America to keep the Black American descendants of slaves at the very bottom. Because it seems like it attracts everyone from around the world. They feel like a success as long as we're at the bottom. As long as America don't pay reparations, no one worrying about their tax dollars going to Ukraine. No one worried about the illegal immigrants receiving 7,000 a month in welfare and food stamps. No one cares about that. Joe Biden can spend trillions of dollars. No one's counting the tax bill. But when it comes time to pay reparations for all of the 240 plus years that America received free labor, everyone, including the Native Americans, um, the true Americans, and even the illegal immigrants agree that the slave descendants don't deserve no reparations. That's the one thing that unites everyone in America, besides the descendants of slaves. Everyone in America has an opinion about the descendants of slaves receiving reparations, but they don't have an opinion about Joe Biden spending money overseas like it's water, and illegal immigrants coming here with absolutely nothing and begging right after they finish paying off the drug cartels 10,000 a person. No one asks any questions. No one has to verify their identity. Everyone gets to break federal laws. And this is just a normal thing in America. This is the strangest place. And so, that was just my thoughts on it. And I'm observing it and I see it every day. As long as the immigrants are above the Black people, everything's fine. And I believe there was a book out that said that actually said just what I just said. That a part of, I think it was a part of the Willie Lynch method, or I don't recall the exact book title, but the structure of America, the way it works, is that as long as the Blacks are at the bottom, they are slaves. They're at the bottom economically. They are denied access to money in the banks. They are denied access to jobs and education. Everyone is happy in America. The immigrants feel they could be at the bottom. I mean, they could be broke. Even the poor white people, they can be broke, flat broke. But as long as they got a dollar more than a Black person, they're quite happy. They don't care if they're at the bottom. They don't mind they're at the bottom, as long as they got more than the Blacks. But when they see the Black people receive something that they don't get, and we can prove it when we talk about, I'm going to point to an example of that is when during the pandemic, the Blacks was able to get stimulus checks and illegal immigrants were not. The illegal immigrants were irate. They were highly upset at President Donald Trump for treating the black slave descendants as citizens and sending out stimulus checks to the descendants of slaves and not them. They were upset. Now, here you are. You left your country in the dirt because the truth is, most immigrants leave their country dirty. They don't leave a well built country. They leave their country in the dirt where they have been for thousands of years and have done no work in that country. And I can speak for the people from their country because I visit a lot of places around the world. The people that's left in their country don't like those immigrants that come here. Because you left, they left their country in shambles. It's like a deadbeat dad. All those people come here, what work they do? They don't do no work. Look at their country. There's no roads. There's no infrastructure. No one built no homes. All the homes are half built because they can't get their neighbors to help them. These people don't want to work. They just want to be on top of black people. That's the only drive that, inspire these people to leave their home country. America is not the only place you can get a job. There is work and there's jobs all around the world. But America is a place where people can enjoy being on top of another ethnic group, another race of people. This is where you get to feel like somebody. Because back home in your country, you're at the bottom with the rest of the folks. And you don't get to feel like somebody there because they don't practice what America practices. There is no slave group of people that is kept at the bottom in these other countries. Only here in America. And these people will work as long as they're working for the blacks to remain at the bottom and they're working for the white man. They're willing to work. They're willing to do more work here in America for the white man than they will do in a home country. If Mexico had this many damn construction workers, Mexico will be looking like, let's see, Beverly Hills. That's how good Mexico will be looking. People be begging to get in Mexico if the Mexicans work that hard in Mexico. They don't. Just like all the other people. Venezuela, they hungry because everyone hates their neighbors so much, they don't want to do any farm work. The same farm work they want to do in America, they refuse to do in Venezuela. And so all the people starve because no one wants to do the work. In a lot of the islands, people just having sex on the beach. That's what I observe. People having sex on the beach. People not working. People sitting around all day. No one is working outside of America. And that's what the American people don't understand. Because you always had the slaves doing all the work here. And the slave descendants being all the worker class people. But no one works outside of America. Everyone goes home for 2 hours a day lunch to be with their family if they work. And they don't work on rainy days or if it's cold outside. So these are the things that I've learned from traveling around the world. And I will encourage you, to my listeners, to go travel. Go see where all of these people that claim to be asylum seekers, go see how they live. Go see the hard work that they do not put in because they don't do it. And you will get back to the same conclusion as I have. The only reason why America works is because the slave descendants are at the bottom and are denied access to funds and denied access to society. And everyone, including the newly arrived immigrants, look at the blacks as the slaves. Even though we are no longer in slavery, everyone assumes that it's our job to take care of them. And that's why they need to come here and get free money and sit on their ass and make a whole lot of babies. It's a part of the structure of this country, and it's something America really needs to be ashamed of. America really needs to absorb the shame of not only slavery, but not the fact that you never paid reparations. The fact that not one dime of reparations has been paid to the ethnic group descendants of slaves, and yet you're giving money to Ukraine. So be it, as some people told me. So be it. They don't care how much money Ukraine get, as long as they try to beat Russia. But you don't deserve to beat Russia because you never paid your reparations. You never paid for the labor your country received. And you rather sit here and die not paying for the labor. And it's shameful. And you're no better than Russia. You're no better than Russia. You're worse than Russia. Russia has never did what America has done. So I don't care if Russia wins or not. I don't care about Ukraine. I don't care about the illegal migrants because I know they're lazy. But something has to be said about this. It's a shame. And so I'm spending my time and in my world, in my life, dedicated to stopping the shame of America, to try to make this world a better place. America's supposed to pay their reparations to the descendants of slaves. And I think it's god awful that America has not done it, but got billions and billions and billions of dollars around the world to spend. So I have that for you guys today. Said that. And also I want to share some audio of the Democrats. And I'm going to respond to the audio because I think the Democrats is really ignorant. I think it's a racist party. I think it's a hateful party. And I think the people that vote Democrat are really, I'm trying not to judge, but I think they're freaking stupid. I think they're dumb. Listen to Joe Biden. Listen to Joe Biden here on this clip. Let's see here.
Crossing the border without documents? The first thing I would do.
Oh, let's rewind that.
Would you decriminalize crossing the border without documents?
The first thing I would do is unite families. I'd surge immediately. Billions of dollars worth of help to the region immediately. Look, I talk about foreign policy. I'm the guy that got a bipartisan agreement at the very end of the campaign, at the very end of our term, to spend $740 million to deal with the problem. And that was to go to the root cause of why people are leaving in the first place. It was working. We saw, as you know, a net decrease in the number of children who were coming. The crisis was abated. And along came this president. He said he immediately discontinued that. We all talk about these things. I did it. I did it. $740 million. Second thing we have to do. The law now requires the reuniting of those families. We would the speed.
I have to comment on this video. In this audio, Joe Biden goes out and says he spent $749 million, but he never exactly said where. He never said where he spent the money. That's why, because he knows that his voters, the people that vote for Democrats, are stupid. They don't ask no questions. The Democrats are allowed to shoot off any damn stupid thing that they want, because they know their voters don't ask any questions. So we're gonna see if I'm gonna play that audio again. Try to find it because I got a little. These people. Amazing how dumb the voters are. They don't ask no question. He spent $740 million. Where? Oh, it wound up in his pocket. That's where. The money that he sends out goes to all of the politicians' pocket because he doesn't say where, and he doesn't. The problem is illegal immigration. That's the problem. And the voters let them get away with this time and time again. And I'm so glad I woke up that I'm not that stupid anymore.
Would you decriminalize crossing the border without documents?
The first thing I would do is unite families. I'd surge immediately. billions of dollars worth of help to the region immediately.
Billions of dollars worth of help to the region. What region? The border, you sucker? The southern border? You didn't build a wall with the $1 billion. Where are you spending that kind of money?
Look, I talk about foreign policy. I'm the guy that got a bipartisan agreement at the very end of the campaign, at the very end of our term, to spend $740 million to deal with the problem.
What's the problem? Is it illegal immigration? I swear to God, the voters, the people that vote in America, you got to be dumb.
And that was to go to the root cause of why people are leaving in the first place. It was working. We saw, as you know, a net decrease in the number of children who are coming. The crisis was abated. And along came...
Why people are leaving? What the hell does that got to do with us? Our job is to take care of America, not everyone else. We can't run the world. We can't run everybody's individual country. Why are you leaving? You need to figure that out. Our job and his job as vice president was to secure our border and protect our American citizens. And people get up and vote for him. People vote for this clown. Let's hear another clip of Joe Biden talking his lies.
Until we can find their parents alive, period. And if not, we put those children in a circumstance where they were safe until we can find their parents.
Now, he's talking about the migrant children coming to America, putting them somewhere safe until they find their parents. Well, you're the president today. You have these, you don't even know where the migrant children are. You lost 800,000 children inside of America, and you don't even look for their parents. These kids could be kidnapped, and they are kidnapped in most cases. These kids are kidnapped inside of America. And Joe Biden has yet, as president, he's been president for 3 years, he has not looked for their damn parents. You don't even need to look for their parents. Find a country, do a DNA test, and send them kids back home. Continue.
That he's in court with his Justice Department saying children in cages do not need a bed, do not need a blanket, do not need a toothbrush. That is outrageous. Vice President, the Obama-Biden...
You know what's outrageous? Having children separated from their parents. Accepting some strange child just wandering in the desert. Don't you think something's wrong? If you see a child in the desert by themselves, you think these people don't love their children? You think other people of the world in other countries don't love their damn kids? Every parent loves their damn child. Every parent loves their child. Every parent around the world will die for their child. And America just looks like, oh, oops, somebody loves America so much, they just gonna throw their kids in the desert and just be found by America? Are you guys that gullible? Are you guys that brain dead? Those kids have been kidnapped and raped at your American border. These kids are being raped at the border. And you opening arms and clapping when they come in. These kids want their parents. They don't want your stinking, dirty floor to sleep on. They want their family. They want their friends, dog. And you people are so cruel, you can't even see it because you think everybody wants to come to this stinking, dirty place that never paid reparations. I tell you, when I listen to these people, it just infuriates me because these people are dumb.
Deported more than 3 million Americans.
Hold on, rewind that.
Deported more than 3 million Americans.
How the hell can you deport Americans? See, now this audio is from the debate, the Democrat debate for president in 2020. You cannot deport Americans. That's the beginning of the media lying. This is a media personality that's straight up lying that President Trump deported 3 million Americans. That's a damn lie. But let's listen to the lie one more time.
Deported more than 3 million Americans. My question to you is, if an individual is living in the United States of America without documents and that is his only offense, should that person be deported?
Yeah, their only offense is breaking federal law and trespassing in a foreign nation. Whoa, that's just a minor offense. Breaking the law, breaking federal law, and trespassing in a foreign nation. Oh, that's just minor stuff. Let's continue.
Depending if they committed a major crime, they should be deported. And the president was left to this. President Obama, I think, did a heck of a job. To compare him to what this guy's doing is absolutely, I find, close and immoral. But the fact is that, look, we should not be locking people up. We should be making sure we change the circumstance as we did, why they would leave in the first place. And
you don't run the world. You can't change their country's circumstance, Mr. Joe Biden. You are only the president of the United States. That's your job. You can't change nobody's circumstances. That's an individual situation. That individual, that's their job. But he's talking as if he's the president of the world, and he's also talking as if he surrendered America's borders. Listen to this treason. How they're all clapping about surrendering America's borders. Let's listen to it.
People up. We should be making sure we change the circumstance as we did, why they would leave in the first place. And those who come seeking asylum, we should immediately have the capacity to absorb them, keep them safe until they can be heard.
A 15-second, if you could, if you wish to answer. Should someone who is here without documents, and that is his only offense, should that person be deported?
That person should not be the focus of deportation. We should fundamentally change the way we deal with them.
Senator,
you have a president that has openly said to the world, I surrender my nation's borders to the globe. That is the situation that America finds itself in. We have people that want to surrender this nation to the world. They don't care if people break into our country. And this is a horrible state of America. But this is unfortunately the America that I have inherited and many of the people in my generation has inherited. And this is our cross to bear. This is what we have to handle. Okay? And I think we're up for it. I think we're ready. I think the children of the Reagan generation, those that were born when President Reagan was president, I think we're ready. I don't know, we're becoming more and more conservative, which is oddly strange. But the children of the Reagan administration is conservative. It's weird, but that's the situation I find myself in. So I got one more clip for you guys of these stupid Democrats talking their stupid nonsense. And here we go.
someone is here without documents, and that is their only offense, is that person to be deported?
No, that person can be a part of this great American experience. That person can contribute. My congressional district is one of the most diverse in America, and we see the benefits when people contribute and they become a part of the community and they're not in the shadow.
Pause that. He mentioned his congressional district. Remember my old previous show? A previous show of mine, we talked about Democrat Party using the illegal immigrant population in the census to count. They count them on the census in order to expand their congressional districts. This idiot is so dumb. He said it out loud, but he's hoping that you guys wouldn't catch it. That's the purpose of the legal immigrants, so they can obtain additional congressional seats in the House of Representatives. This is Representative Swalwell, House Representative Swalwell. I want him to repeat what he just said. Hold up, guys. Let's go.
Become a part of the community and they're not in the shadows.
Hold up. Let's get a little further back now. Let's see here. Okay.
Someone is here without documents, and that is their only offense, is that person to be deported?
No, that person can be a part of this great American experience. That person can contribute. My congressional district is one of the most diverse.
There you go. This is congressional district. That's what this is all about. That's what he's worried about. But we're going to let him continue.
America, and we see the benefits when people contribute and they become a part of the community and they're not in the shadow economy. Day one for me, families are reunited. This president, though, for immigrants.
If you're not from America, how is your family being reunited? This is not your native country. How in the world is your family being reunited in a foreign country? I have no family in China. So how can I go to China talking about I'm going to reunite my family? Who do these people think they're fooling?
There's nothing he will not do to separate a family, cage a child, or erase their existence by weaponizing the census. And
Ooh, Eric Swalwell said it again. He mentioned his congressional district, and then he mentioned the census. Did you catch that? Let me rewind that a few seconds for you.
the census. And there is nothing that
Oh, the census. Oh, we got to hear that again. Hold on.
resistance by weaponizing the census. And there is nothing that
Ooh, I like that. One more time.
resistance by weaponizing the census. And there is nothing that we cannot do in the courts and that I will not do as president to reverse that and to make sure that families always belong together. Senator.
Also, he want to reverse the fact that Trump said only the citizens count in the census, and that you can only receive congressional seats based on the citizen population, not illegal immigrants. So Representative Swalwell promised he's going to flood this country with a bunch of illegal immigrants and put them on the census. You heard it here, and you heard it at the Democratic convention. If you just listen to these people speak and just critique what they say. Don't just take what they say like, oh yeah, that sounds good. Really think about what they say and criticize what they say. You're going to hear how dumb they are. Anyway, that will conclude today's show. Thanks for listening, guys. Have a wonderful, peaceful day. Take care.